Hello, my name is Andy and I am the village idiot, a man with a car and a GoPro and an unhealthy amount of time on my hands. Now this morning I'm able to do something similar to what I did in Kirksmeaton and Little Smeaton in the Selby series. I'm able here to cover two parishes in one go without even moving the car. And that's because these two are glued together along this road right here. Now, at the moment where I'm standing, both sides of the road fall within the same parish, and that's the video you're watching today. And there will be a second video coming out in a few days' time that covers the other one. The further I go down this road, the more that side of the road becomes the other parish which I'm talking about. So to start with, we're going to concentrate on this side of the road. Today's video is Havercroft with Cold Hiendley. So I imagine this area is pretty much a popular dog walking area, I would have thought. This path, if you followed it the entire distance, it bends to the right at the end onto East Street, which is those houses you can see there. Now I'm not going to walk down there because I'm going back to the main road, but I am actually going to head for East Street next and see what's down there. Okay, so you've probably got the impression from the shots you've seen so far that Havercroft is a very residential area, and it is a very residential area. I think most of the things we need to see this morning are actually in the other parish, which I'll cover once I've walked around the rest of this. Now, we're nearly at the border between the two. Now, we're back on the main road here, and the border is just along here. Everything to the right, where the camera is pointing now, that's still in Havercroft, but the border sort of converges at this point, and here on the left hand side, all that's Havercroft, and on the right hand side is the other parish, which we will cover in a future video. Okay, you may have noticed something as well about the housing around here. It's more of the same sort of pit housing that we've seen before. That's because this area was another one which was synonymous with the coal mining industry, and I hopefully will include a little bit of information about that in the video. Right, I'm going to walk up this hill because I can see the parish notice board, and that's my next stop. Ah, the Manor House. Right, I was informed by some people in one of the Facebook groups that I post on frequently that the Manor House is quite important here in Havercroft. This was visited by Oliver Cromwell at some point in history. I'll have to research when. I was a little bit worried that I wouldn't actually find which house this was, which is why the last couple of shots you've seen are of houses that I thought might be the Manor House, but I didn't know the Manor House was right here on this roundabout, so I'm glad I found that. So it's got history to do with Oliver Cromwell. Okay, I am now heading that way. I'm pretty much all the way around Havercroft. So I now actually do need to move the car, but not until I've walked around the adjoining parish, which I keep talking about, because this parish is actually called Havercroft with Cold Hiendley, and the hamlet of Cold Hiendley is where we're going right now. So as we enter Cold Hiendley, the road I'm standing on is Ryhill Lane, and it almost gives it away that there used to be a colliery along this road here, along Ryhill Lane. It's now obviously demolished. There's nothing here. You wouldn't be able to tell that there was a pit here unless you actually knew. And that's something I need to thank the people of Ryhill and Havercroft for, who told me about this before I came here. So thank you very much for that. Now, you might be able to see just in the distance there, Cold Hiendley. It's a very small little hamlet slash village, whatever you want to call it. And we're going to go there to finish off the Havercroft with Cold Hiendley video. Let's go and see what we can find. Now, do you remember in the Cheviot episode, if you've seen it, how I say at New Miller Dam that any large body of water is not included within the parish boundaries on Google Maps? It doesn't show it for some reason, I don't know why. Now, Cold Hiendley has a reservoir, and of course Google Maps shows it as not being in the parish. Now, in this case, as of right now, I don't know whether it does actually fall within Havercroft with Cold Hiendley's boundaries or whether it doesn't. So to be on the safe side, I'll include it here, but the problem is I can't actually get to it. There's no road that I can see that leads to Cold Hiendley Reservoir, so I'm going to have to use the internet for this one and put you a couple of pictures and some information directly after this shot. Here you go, here's Cold Hiendley Reservoir and a little bit of information about it. And I think, guys, that's just about going to do it for the parish of Havercroft with Cold Hiendley. It's quite a large area. You don't realise when you come here and you look at Havercroft and you think to yourself it's quite small. You don't realise the size of the area that encompasses around it, all the farmland and the former colliery land that's here too. It's quite sizable. The population density will be fairly low because of that, but that's just how it is. I mean, some places cover this expanse of rural land, and out here in Cold Hiendley there's some of it. Okay, so we're about done with this one. This is the first of two I'm recording this morning. The second one is almost like this one's inseparable twin. And I'm about to go and record that now. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this first one. There's another one coming your way very soon around this area. This has been the parish of Havercroft with Cold Hiendley, and I've been Andy, also known as the Village Idiot, and I'm out.